Hey guys, don't mind the messy hair. We just woke up. So anyways, today we are going to be doing a makeup and mystery. And this one's honestly a little bit weird. Because I didn't know about this until Kendall Ray's video, and when I saw her do it, I was like, man, that's really intriguing, and it really makes me want to put it in one of my videos. So today we are going to be talking about the 9/11 fraud, Tania. Yeah, Tania Head. I thought she used a different last name, but Tania Head. I think the biggest thing I want to note about her background is that she actually, at the time of the September 11 attacks, was enrolled in school. She was actually in class in Barcelona, I think. Barcelona, Spain, when these attacks took place. So, Tania Head had actually traveled to the United States in 2003, and then the following year, so the next year, so it only took her a year, she had joined the World Trade Center Survivors Network after Jerry Bogat, I don't know, Bogat, one of its founders, learned that through word of mouth that a woman named Tania Head had developed an online support group for 9/11 survivors. And after they corresponded via email, they decided to merge the groups. So she was never paid for her activities involving the Survivors Network and donated money actually to the group. So this story just honestly confuses me because she was never paid for anything. She actually gave her own money up. It's like she just wanted to be known as a survivor, and it's weird. So her exact lie was that she claimed to be inside the South Tower when the United Airlines Flight 175 hit, crawling through smoke and flames on the 78th floor and sustaining severe burns on her arm. So if her story had actually been true, I find amazing is that it would have made her one of only 19 people to survive. Like, 19 people. Dubs, I'm testing out this new eyeshadow palette from Hard Candy. I'm liking it so far, but it's not blowing my mind. She was saying that her fiance, whose name was Dave, was killed in the North Tower, though in later tellings of the story, she said that Dave was actually her husband, so, like, it was very inconsistent. But the biggest one that I saw was that she said he was her fiance. I mean, I don't know if maybe she got bigger sympathy if he was her husband. That's probably what it was. Or she could have been confused with her story. She claimed to have been rescued by Wellis Crowther, whose heroic actions on that day were widely reported in the media. I don't know if I said that name right. I'm not that big, like, into the whole 9/11 thing. I really don't know all the details. I was only 3 at the time of the attacks. So I do apologize about this. If I get things wrong, I would appreciate it if you would put down the correct information in the comment section, because I don't know all of this stuff because I was so young. But we also only want to spread accurate information, so if you would do that, it'd be greatly appreciated in the comment section. I probably should have said politely. People on the internet love to be rude, and I just want to let you know that rudeness, like, don't think that because you're behind a computer screen, you can just say and do anything. You are not safe. You can still be prosecuted for the things that you say to people on the internet. So apparently, Tania Head actually gave tour groups to Ground Zero, and then that's where she told her story. It said that she said that I was there at the towers. I am a survivor. I'm going to tell you about that. Like, crazy. So Richard Zimbler, her successor as president of the World Trade Center Survivors Network, said there was no reason to doubt her story. She looked the part. She had a badly injured arm that appeared to have burns and scars, and her story was very realistic, which people like Tania Heard in this story are why people ask for so much information up front with stuff, because, like, when you say something at this point, it's just like you have to prove that it's true, even though she didn't, like, actually technically defraud anybody or anything like that. She didn't really technically commit crime. So, in 2007, the New York Times wanted to verify key details of Head's story as part of an anniversary piece. She claimed to have had a degree from Harvard University and a graduate business degree from Stanford University, but these two universities had no recollection of her there, because remember, she actually went to a school in Barcelona. This is the part that I find amazing. It says that she claimed she had been working at Merrill Lynch in the South Tower, but Merrill Lynch had no record of her employment. But aside from that, they didn't have offices in the World Trade Center at the time of the attack. So, I mean, that should have been a big, what? You know, I have to say that because of it being the 9/11 attacks and it being such a sensitive topic, that's probably why people never really questioned the, validity of her story. But the New York Times kind of have to whenever they, are doing a story, like, they have to give out accurate information. They have to double check everything. They tend to, at least. That's not always correct. But they had scheduled 3 interviews with Tania, and she backed out of all 3 and then refused to speak to them. So that is when they started contacting other members of the Survivors Network and started really, kind of putting the questions about Tania and telling them information about her that really kind of made the network question her story. So on the week of September 27th, 2007, the network had voted to remove her as president and as director of the group because of this whole, New York Times situation. Okay, so now let's talk about Dave. So another thing with this whole, story of Dave, Tania's story, was obviously her fiance in some stories, but then her husband in others. I don't think that it's questionable that she went from fiance to husband, honestly, when I was thinking about it, because my brother calls his girlfriend his wife all the time. And I mean, Brandon used to call me his wife, and I used to call him my husband all the time, too. So I don't think that that's questionable or weird. Now, Tania actually had given a real name of a Dave that was on the monument, I'm guessing, because the New York Times actually contacted this man's family. And this man's family said that they had never heard of Tania Head and never heard of any engagement, marriage, nothing. They had no idea who Tania Head was, or Head was. I keep calling her Heard because I got the Amber Heard trial on my mind. But they had no idea who she was, basically. Okay, so the Barcelona newspaper La Vanguardia, did I say that right? La Vanguardia actually ultimately revealed that Head had been in classes at ESADE in Barcelona during the 9/11 attacks, which is what we talked about at the beginning. Where she had told her classmates that her severely scarred arm was the result of an automobile accident or alternatively a horse riding accident many years earlier. They reported that Head had attended classes in the program until June of 2002 and had told classmates that she wanted to go to New York. Now let's talk about the aftermath. After her fraud was exposed, she declined all further interviews and she abruptly left New York. And there is an important part about this story that's coming up. So in February of 2008, an anonymous email was sent from a Spanish account to members of the World Trade Center Survivor Network claiming that Head had committed suicide. And this is that important story I was telling you guys about. So the suicide had claimed to be another lie, and I call this important to the story because it lets you know the kind of person that Tania Head was. A part of me thinks that she just wanted sympathy, and that's why she made up this whole gigantic lie. But another part is kind of I think she knew that she was going to be exposed one day for it, and that is why she came up with the name Tania instead of using her real name, which was actually Alicia. So if this story interests you, in 2012, a book and feature film documentary, both titled The Woman Who Wasn't There, told Head's story from inside the World Trade Center Survivors Network. About, basically, her social climbing, basically. Just think about it. She was basically social climbing until she got to the head of the thing. I don't know why she had to lie. If she wanted to be a part of the network, she could have been, a therapist or something like that. She could have, spoke for them. She didn't have to come up with this giant lie. She could have been friends with them, too, I'd imagine. There are a lot of people that just want to support the victims of 9/11. So the most recent update I have at the end of this was that Head was seen with her mother in New York City on September 14th, 2011. So she is alive as far as I know. I don't know. Like, this story just honestly is so confusing to me. I've watched Kendall's video on it about like 6 times. I've watched other videos on it, and like, I just don't understand this story. I like really want to get somebody else's opinion on this, honestly, because like somebody else might be able to give a little bit more insight into this. So in July of 2012, she was fired from her position at Enter Partner Assistance, an insurance company in Barcelona, once her employers had found out about her ruse in New York. So I mean, like, this is still haunting her. And it should. I don't understand this story at all. So that is the story of Alicia Head, or Tania Head, whichever name you wish to call her by. She did go by both. And like I said, I just don't understand this story at all. I mean, I really don't. I don't understand the whole point of this. I mean, I feel like she could have came to the Victim Survivor Network as just like a person who said, like, I want to help you guys. Can you just tell me how I can help you guys? Because she can't be arrested for saying lies. And she didn't defraud anybody. She didn't really hurt anybody either. This case is just honestly weird. I mean, she'll forever be known as the woman who lied about being at 9/11. But the thing is that, like, I don't know. Your drink empty? Okay, bud, can mommy have your drink so she can get you more since it's empty? You know, this case is just such a mystery to me because, like, I don't really know what she had to gain from this other than sympathy. That's the only thing I can think of. And just like Amber Heard pretending to be a domestic violence victim, all she gained was sympathy. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Of course, like I said, you can shed some more light on this situation, maybe. Okay, so this is the finished look I created using the Hard Candy Bare Monochromatic Shadows in the shade Moods. It's just like a neutral. I think that it's trying to be like the bite-sized shadows. I am going to swatch them for you. I think it is trying to be like Elf's bite-sized shadows, but I definitely would just suggest Elf's bite-sized shadows. So that is the shade in my inner corner and brow bone. It looks nice on swatch, but on application it wasn't nice. This is my transition shade. Again, looks nice on swatch, was not nice on application. I did use my finger to apply this shade. It's on my lid. It's a pretty nice shimmer. I mean, shimmers are pretty easy to make. You have to really fuck a shimmer up to fuck it up. And then this is the outer corner shade, swatched. I definitely think that that saved the look. I could have went for a wing, but I didn't. I haven't been going for a wing lately. But anyways, here is the palette if you are curious about it. Here is the palette. I don't think that... If you want to try this because you want a bite-sized shadow, I just say get the bite-sized shadows from e.l.f. They are better. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I don't think I'm going to put this in my June disappointments just because, like, I kind of expected this from Hard Candy, honestly. I don't really like a ton of Hard Candy products, so it is what it is. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. So like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. All that social media great stuff. It really helps this channel out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget about that 250 subscriber giveaway. Don't forget about my gaming channel, Kai Streams. I post 3 times a week on that channel. It's named after Kai. I'm naming another channel after Jackson. I just haven't figured out what yet. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. That's a cute face. Bye, guys.